Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan Jarris and I am an Etsy seller of 6 years. We do $300,000 to $400,000 a year on Etsy with our shop still today. And I am a mom of 2 boys and a military spouse. Today I'm going to share with you how Etsy has contributed to building our generational wealth by making us real estate investors. I know what you're thinking. Maybe it's good for you. Or maybe it's I can hardly afford my rent. Or maybe it's why would you buy real estate? The market's about to crash. Let me explain. First, you should know we are in San Diego, California. My husband is from Hawaii and I am from Minnesota, but the military has landed us here. When I started my Etsy shop back in 2016, we lived in San Diego in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, out of that 1-bedroom apartment, we had my husband, myself, our dog, our baby, and an Etsy business that was doing about $134,000 a year. Now, it was insanity and our neighbors hated us. Now, since we were military, we moved a lot. When we got orders to stay in San Diego another 2 years, we decided to buy a house. So in 2018, we bought a house that was $554,000. We put down $300,000 and our interest rate was 3.25%. We didn't need my income to qualify for that house. Since I had not been doing Etsy for 12 months, I didn't even have a W-2 to help us qualify. In that house, which has now appreciated to over $800,000, we filled it to the brim with inventory, and it became a great home office deduction for us. In 2021, we refinanced that house. We got our interest rate down to 2.25%. Now, the biggest regret I have in our real estate journey has been not cashing out when we refinanced that time. We just lowered the interest rate to 2.25%, but we had over $500,000 of equity that we could have pulled out. But that's water over the bridge. 2021, we realized that we were staying in San Diego another 2 years. And my Etsy income from 2018 to 2020 had built up a really nice cash balance. It was a balance of about $500,000. We saw inflation on the horizon. We already had a really strong position in the stock market and we were saving plenty for retirement, and we had the college savings plan all set up. We saw that my Etsy shop was off to a really strong start in 2021, so we decided to buy another house. So we bought another house essentially in the same neighborhood for $707,000. Now, my second biggest real estate mistake was that we put down $360,000 on that house. We didn't need to. And we had another 2.25% interest rate. So we moved into that house and we rented out the first house. We rented that first house for $4,400 a month and our mortgage was $1,800. We moved into the new house a couple streets over and we filled this house with inventory. It was another great home office deduction. Fast forward to 2022. The Etsy business was still doing great. We were going to do between $300,000 to $400,000 a year again, even though we had just had a baby that fall, our second son. We still felt really good about the direction and the stability of our Etsy shop. And early in the year, we saw that rates were starting to creep up, or like skyrocket. We didn't know when rates would come back down, so we wanted to get in and make our first multifamily real estate investment. We gave ourselves until the end of February to make that happen. Now, this was a duplex. It was $810,000 here in San Diego, and it was a dump. So my husband took it upon himself to do the renovations. We did about $30,000 of renovations. It was a lot because we had a baby, a 4-year-old, and a full-time Etsy business that I was running essentially by myself while he was doing the renovations. So each side of that duplex only sat vacant for 2 weeks while we did the renovations. Etsy was doing over $30,000 a month, so it essentially funded those renovations. So even though the interest rate on that duplex was around 4.5%, we put down 15% and we still have a positive cash flow of $1,000 a month. So why does this all matter? Because if you are committed to making a lot of money on Etsy, it is 100% possible. When you grow your wealth, you need to focus on not losing that wealth. And when you invest in real estate, you're investing in an appreciating asset. It's a long-term game. When you have a highly successful Etsy shop, you are going to see huge amounts of cash flow. You need to have a plan for what to do with that. The nature of our made-to-order Etsy business is that we don't keep a lot of inventory on hand, so our cash balance is really healthy. Our cash isn't tied up with a bunch of inventory that's not moving. We sell through and turn our inventory very quickly. So with that huge cash flow from Etsy, we're able to invest in other investment vehicles that build generational wealth for our family. With appreciation, our real estate portfolio in Southern California is valued well over $2 million. If your goal with Etsy is to make a high volume shop with high cash flow, I highly recommend putting that cash from Etsy into a real estate portfolio. Of course, it depends on where in the country you live, but it's a great way to ensure that your success on Etsy will have lasting effects for your family. Now, my husband is the real estate guru, and I am the Etsy expert. So together, we have been able to use our areas of expertise to take the riches of one and see its compounding effects through real estate. So if what we have done interests you, I would love for you to follow us at Dylan Jarvis, where I talk all about how to blow up your Etsy shop in a good way. And I'm also going to be offering coaching if you are really serious about getting to that level. Now, the coaching spots are going to be very limited because I want to make sure that anyone I work with takes off like a rocket ship. The people I work with, I want to have the mindset that success is the only option. So that is why I will be doing a limited number of spots for that launch. But if you are interested, just message me over there and we can talk a little bit more about your goals. And please subscribe if you have not done that. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow with another video.